For at least 1 hour tonight, crime may come to a virtual halt in neighborhoods throughout the city. Houston will be participating in its third National Night Out beginning at 8 o'clock tonight. Now, National Night Out invites everyone to turn on their lights, lock their doors, and get out in their front yards to meet their neighbors. In the past, now the commander of the Stark, Captain Glenn Brindle, reportedly may be relieved of his command. That administrative action would demonstrate that the Navy has lost confidence in Brindle's ability to command. Thousands of students are continuing their protests against the government of South Korea in fierce street battles with riot police in Seoul. Richard Wagner reports on one Korean university where anti-government protests are somewhat of a tradition.
For several of Seoul's universities,
the Astros get pounded once again, and then the Nicaraguans show us what the great Central American pastime means. Stay with us.
Upstairs right now is essentially a cattle show. There seems to be mostly bulls down there right now, as far as what I am able to tell from this expert opinion, if I can say that, if I do know the difference.
Don't get in the pen and try and check it out yourself, though, Rick. It could be disastrous. We'll check back with you a little later on in the newscast.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ginger. Back to you.
Thank you. Final arguments are expected to get...
Go back! He's stuck in a tree!
The bus and van never made it. By 8:30, the river was so flooded, it swept the bus and van into the churning waters, spilling its human cargo into the river. They were fleeing the Pot of Gold camp, on their way back to Balk Springs and the Segoville Road Baptist Church. Most clung to trees as helicopters hovered, throwing lifelines to the children below. "19 were seriously injured, many missing, and one, a 16-year-old girl, died when she lost her grip on a rope thrown from a helicopter and fell to her death below. Nearby, farm animals bobbed downstream while residents evacuated to higher ground. At the Comfort Community Hospital, Jerry Parks explained what it was like when the rescued first arrived.
We just had wheelchairs, chairs, and even beds in the hallway so that we could deal with it more quickly and not be running in and out of doors.
Please be seated and join me in the Hebrew recitation.
My problems weren't connected with being a woman. It was connected with learning how to do the job.
Houston Rabbi Judy Zabarenko is one of 133 female rabbis in the country. She's a pioneer, riding the crest of a swelling wave of women entering religious life. Consider this: 15 years ago, 6 out of some 300 students at the Harvard Divinity School were women. Today, 55% are. Even so, fewer people are applying.
I don't want to sound aristocratic or like clergy people are real special, but it does take a lot of grit to deal with people at real crisis times every day. But on the other hand, it's incredibly rewarding. I mean, you're with people when they need you most. And when you go to bed at night, you know you didn't just like waste your day.
The Catholic Church is experiencing the worst shortage. Fewer men and women are applying for jobs as nuns and priests. In some areas of the country, the numbers are down 30%. Still, the church does turn some away in spite of the need.
It's a matter of both academic, spiritual, and personal searching and asking them to reflect on what the priesthood requires and how they are equipped.
Do you turn many away?
We turn about a third of the men that apply away.
That must be difficult since you need men.
Yeah, but we don't need any men. We need good men.
Orders of nuns are also looking for new blood, but many, like Sister Antoinette Boykin of the Dominican Order, believe the choice is harder today because women are giving up more independence and a wider view of the world. She joined 55 years ago when she was 17. But everyone we spoke with said they had no regrets. Religious life is hard, they say, but abounds with rewards. They see people's lives put back together and experience a daily connection with God that many of us only know on Sundays. It's that faith that makes the gamble worthwhile.
If there ain't no God, look at what I've wasted, because I've gambled a lot. I've thrown the dice on the lucky 7, you know. So that's why I'm a priest.
The lucky 777.
Yes. Yes.
Ginger Casey, 11 News.
I was not as strong as I am now. You know, I would let people walk over me. I'd do things. I'd sit at a party for 17 hours just so that the host wouldn't think I wasn't nice or that I didn't like it. So I'd be sitting there miserable, you know.
People pleaser.
People pleaser. I'd be at banquets and many a function sitting there over at the shrimp bar trying to appease myself.
The chili cook-off.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing the bowling parties because somebody asked. They say, what are you doing here? I don't know. Somebody asked me, so I'm here. So yes, it's about, you know, and the kind of conflicts you have when you're striving just to be liked. That's all you want. You just want people to say, oh, that's a nice girl. She's a nice girl.
I'm going to go home to be the MC of a crawfish boil in about another week. Somebody asked.
Oh, a crawfish boil! I understand. I understand. Yes, I think about the worst I've ever done. You know, I emceed a gung show once. And in the middle of it, you say to yourself, why? Why haven't I learned to say no?
Well, Oprah certainly has learned to say no. I can assure you we are just very glad she said yes to us.